Welcome back, nerds. We are joined by the Women of Cosplay, a very successful and awesome Instagram page led by the admin Mike, who I've been talking with back and forth for a little while now, just to get this this episode going and future episodes. So, Mike, finally get to meet. How are you?
Great to have us. We're very honored.
Awesome. So, I guess the first question that we have is, where did this idea come up? I mean, when and where, what brought this upon?
So I actually originally started doing a comics blog, as you can kind of see from everything behind me. I have comic book nerd, and I was doing that as an Instagram account, and I came across cosplay within the vein of people dressing up as comic book characters. So then I started a second page just focusing on cosplayers, and I decided to focus on female cosplayers because I felt like they were kind of underrepresented or didn't have a place where they were being treated fairly and being treated as artists rather than just as, being objectified. It really started with a friend of mine who's no longer a page model, but had been with us for a few years. She actually had started sending me a couple pictures of her Star Trek, coincidentally, and through talking to her and talking to a couple people, it kind of built into this thing where I started getting submissions on a regular basis from people, and I started sharing them, and then it just kind of became a snowball rolling down a mountainside, and it just built up momentum on its own. And I mean, I think we're at like 38,000 followers now or something like that. I mean, it's crazy.
Incredible.
It really is incredible.
Before we go any further, can everybody else just kind of chime in and introduce yourselves?
Yes. Please go around the room here. So we've got Mike, who's the admin.
Go first.
Go, Joe.
Hi, I'm Joe Colton Cosplay. I'm one of the page models and for Women of Cosplay. I guess, do you want me to say like how long I've been cosplaying for? Or?
Sure.
I've been cosplaying since 2009.
Wow. 2009. And you are currently the face, currently the head page model as their profile pic currently. So congratulations, that's awesome.
Thank you.
That's really cool. It's Wonder Woman, which we are huge fans of Wonder Woman. And
I'm honored to be the page icon for Women of Cosplay. I was like screaming when Mike asked me. Like jumping up and down and like running around the house like a crazy person.
Oh yeah.
And we also have you'll have to help me. Is it Liaris?
Yes, you did it right. I'm so happy.
I've been practicing all day.
Oh, really? That's more than most people.
And how long have you been doing this world of cosplay?
Oh gosh. I'm gonna guesstimate 10 years and then 3 years professionally.
Okay.
So yeah, I've been doing it for a good while.
We're so glad you're here. And last but not least.
Hi, I'm Jessica Felice, and I am also a cosplay model for Women of Cosplay. And I've been doing cosplay for probably at least 10 years. I used to do Rocky Horror, and that's probably what started all the madness.
All right.
Frankenfurter and Magenta and all the craziness, doing conventions and things. And then professionally, probably since 2015, maybe. When I was lucky enough to become a Vampirella model for Dynamite Comics.
Wow.
So it took me a few years. Yeah. But I kept trying and coming back, and I was relentless. And yeah, so, but I love cosplay. I love meeting other cosplayers. Hi, guys. I hope to meet you guys one day. I met Mike a couple weeks back at a comic book shop at a little event and at an opening, and that was cool meeting somebody and putting a person to an online phenomenon. So it was really cool. I love meeting other cosplayers and looking at their work and collaborating. It's just fun. So
Well, you've got new fans because we're Rocky Horror fans.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Yay!
I was
I miss it
lucky
sometimes.
a couple years ago. We got to do the stage production, and I was Eddie / Dr. Scott. So
Yes,
it's a
I got
lot
to
of
do the
fun.
stage production too. I was Magenta when I was in
It's
college.
so
Yeah,
fun.
it was really cool.
I have this dream of playing Brad one day, but we are in the South. It's a little more conservative here, and I'm a teacher, so
Oh, okay.
it would probably be looked down on, you know, if I was involved. So
I do have a friend, I won't leave her name because I know she is also a teacher and she plays Magenta and she loves it. She's been doing it for years. In fact, she's a cast leader. So if she could do it, you could do it.
one day I think I will before I get too old. So we
Tries to
have
be the asshole. It's okay.
So we just have some general questions for you guys, just sort of open to whoever would like to answer, or if everybody would like to chime in, that'd be great too. The first question I have here is, when you go to the Women of Cosplay Instagram, there's a tagline, okay, right at the top, and it says more than cosplayers, or more than just cosplayers. So what exactly does that mean to you guys? Why that tagline?
Well, I'll take a first stab at that. I added that because I think conversations we were having in our group chat, or maybe I was having with a couple of the page models independently, it was kind of the idea of it being like a community. Like the girls being able to talk to each other and support each other, bounce ideas off each other. Me being able to bounce ideas about the page or about things we should focus on off of them, you know, get there. And I've used their input and their support and their, you know, even approval on things at times to kind of make sure, you know, if I thought something was a little, you know, of a gray area, I kind of got their consent, you know, since they are associated with it before, you know, doing something too crazy. But it's also the idea that they themselves are more than cosplayers. And there's a big thing that I've noticed over the years that I've been doing this, of this kind of objectification. And it's kind of saying, well, you're just a cosplayer, so I don't care about your opinion on whatever other issue comes up, or you're just a cosplayer, what do you know about comics, or, you know, whatever, you know, idiot comment along those lines comes up. And so, you know, it was kind of like to foster that sense of community. You know, everybody should be able to cosplay. Everybody should be able to cosplay whatever they want. You know, you shouldn't tell a cosplayer they have the wrong hair color, they have the wrong body type, the wrong gender, you know, whatever the case happens to be, and just enjoy it for what it is. And that's kind of where that came from.
And that, so you've kind of mentioned a couple of times about, you know, being objectified and stuff. So like the internet can sometimes be a not so nice place, and you guys get a lot of traffic on the page. Do you guys get a lot of those nasty comments or those off-color comments? And if so, how do you handle it?
So the beauty of what's happened with our page, whether I should knock on wood, whether by luck or by the way we conduct ourselves, we actually don't get a lot of hate. We get some, and there are instances where if another cosplayer or a follower gets to that comment before me and starts ripping the person for their comment, I'll leave it up and let the person just be shut down by the community.
Yep.
Other times, if I'm the first one to catch it, I used to like just call people out on their BS. I stopped doing that over the last couple of years and just focus more on just deleting the stupid stuff. And just kind of not, because even though like it's great to call out a bully for being a harasser, at the same time, that cosplayer who has to read that comment from that person, it still affects them whether we deal with the person appropriately or not. So in some ways, it's to protect the cosplayers themselves, so they don't even have to read the idiotic stuff that comes out of some people's mouths.
Yeah.
Mike is really quick. Like I had seen a comment once, like way back, like several, like probably been over a year now, and I went to refresh and it was gone. Like he was like lickety split, like really fast. I was like, okay, I saw it and then it was gone.
So
but we don't get a lot of those, like Mike said. Like I've not seen a lot, if any, just that once, and he was really fast. So
yeah, if the past few years have taught me anything about social media, it's that sometimes when you have people like that who are just so set their ways, it's not even worth your time and energy to engage with them, you know. So that's me.
I mean, with the negative comment, comment. What if it ever happens, is it like just trolling on a different wig color, or is that really what the main negative comments are, or is it more like just being, because cosplaying has come to the mainstream, and especially in the last decade, way more than when we were in middle school or even in high school. I mean, especially with Comic-Con becoming a mainstream, thanks to things like the MCU and DC movies being so prominent in film, like it's more mainstream nerd culture is. So more people are getting into cosplay, younger, quicker, and just enjoying it. So, I mean, I guess in this entertainment industry that you all do, I mean, what kind of negative things can people really say to someone who's just enjoying their life? So
literally, oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
Go for it.
It can literally be anything from, okay, like take all of your insecurities, but also take all the things that you like love about yourself, and those can be used as insults towards you in the world of cosplay. Because at the end of the day, it's always sad people, bored people that are looking for something to do to make themselves feel better about themselves. So like a while back on my own page, I had a German man comment something very, very racist on my page. And I was just like, I cried for a second, and then I looked at his page, like, this guy's like 80-something years old. My first racist comment is coming from an 80-something-year-old German man. So I started laughing, like, wait, what the bleep?
Yeah.
Kind of pathetic.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. But
so let's move on to some more positive things.
Well, actually, no. Let me just to put a little more context on. Let me just say one quick thing.
Yeah, sure.
So the most common stuff I see is either somebody says like, "Oh, such and such character isn't black," or "Oh, this person needs to stop eating," or "Oh, this person doesn't eat enough." It's like you can't win on either side of the argument. And then with some of the stuff that's a little bit more sexy, I see stuff like, "Oh, well, you just destroyed this character for me. That character isn't supposed to be a woman. Oh, you're just doing that for attention." Like that's the basic, probably roundabout of the most common stuff and that's not just on our page. Like I see that just all over the place.
So mostly it probably derives from low self-esteem of the commenter.
Right.
Yeah.
You'd be surprised how much work goes into even like the sexier costumes. Like if you sexify, like, I don't know, like Vegeta, like you can, like, it takes just as much work to make it like normal, like the way you see him in the cartoon or the anime, versus like sexifying it a little bit. Like it's just as hard to make it, because you have to put things together and make things fit, and they can't be falling out, like if you're, boobs can't be falling out of the top, like, so like it takes just as much work. So when people say like, "Oh, you just sexified Wonder Woman," I'm like, do you know how much it takes to do this? Because it takes just as much work to do the hero suit as it does to make a bikini or make a armored top and bottom, and like it just, yeah.
And we talk a lot about this. You said, you get comments like, "Oh, this character isn't supposed to look this way or that way." Well, at the end of the day, folks, these characters aren't real people, so it really doesn't matter,
Fictional characters.
Yeah. So
may I interject as well?
Please do.
I didn't want to interrupt anybody.
Oh, no.
I'm one of those people. I'm like, okay. But basically, I feel that out of insecurities and jealousy, whatever issue people have, they take out their own insecurities and put it out on other people. I think cosplay should be meant to be positive. It should be meant to be welcoming to whatever community, whatever race, religion, gender, whatever you have. I think that it's a positive way of being creative and playing these characters that are larger than life and really fun. And I don't know. I feel like I'm rambling. I'm sorry.
No.
But I just feel that there should be an inclusivity to all of that. And I feel like a lot of times people who pick on others because of that is because they're insecure about something within themselves.
Right.
So I feel that, I don't know, as in any kind of entertainment, whether it's, because I'm an actor too, so out of anything, when it comes to acting, when it comes to people who sing or musicians or artists or whatever have you, cosplay included, there's always some kind of judgmental base. There's people who will try to bring others down, and that's honestly in the world. I feel like there's so much of that, and I feel like if people took so much of that energy and put it into positivity and put it towards lifting others up, I mean, how much better,
a lot better off.
you know, it blows my mind, honestly. I try to keep things as positive as I possibly can within my art. I try to keep any kind of negative anything off my social media, off of everything. If I don't like something, I don't say anything. If it's something, you know, and I think if others took a lead from that, I feel like people would be a lot happier. I feel like there's so much judgment and so much, you know what I mean? I don't know. But
the internet just gives everybody a platform and a voice to say whatever
exactly.
they
And
want.
people get very brazen behind a monitor.
Exactly.
You know, they get very brave and very, you know, so I'm thinking, you know, would you say that to somebody's face? You know, would you act that way in public? And if you are, your mama didn't teach you right, you know, but, you know, and I think both of you are beautiful. I think all of you are awesome.
You're
people.
beautiful.
Great.
Right?
You know, my thing is when people kind of step over the line sometimes at like conventions or things like that, because I'm a very huggy kissy kind of, you know, touchy feely kind of person, and I have to be careful because there's people out there sometimes who will take that the wrong way or assume about you if you're affectionate or if you're kind. And just because you're dressed in a sexy cosplay doesn't mean that it's an invitation for something else.
Right.
So
that point.
Anyway, I digress. I'll let others talk. I'll shut up.
Oh, no, you're fine. You're fine. I love everything we're saying, especially the last part about wearing sexy cosplay and it not being an invitation. Some recent things happened with a person that has been very adamant in the most creepiest of ways about wanting to touch my midriff. And they have messaged me privately about that. And I have been like, politely, no, thank you. They have hidden their face on all of social media. And they saw me recently at a convention, real recent. And I didn't know it was them. I was like, oh, it's just somebody, it's a guy in a crop top. It's a con. There are guys in bikinis everywhere. Like, male Princess Leia. I don't, you know, it's all over the place. Of it. And when I'm at a convention, I always ask people, hey, can I touch you? Is that okay? Because I do not want anyone to get the wrong idea.
Right.
Right.
Normally people look at me like, oh, yeah, sure. Or like, oh, yeah, girl.
Yeah, sure.
Like, all right. But this guy, he not only, you know, was real eager to get super like up in my soul, but he also got gripped my side. I was like, so somewhere's a picture of me with this person. I'm smiling like this, like,
Awkward.
oh God, here we are. It's you. It's you.
Boundaries.
But yeah, like you were saying,
boundaries.
sexy cosplay. Boundaries.
Yeah.
Sexy cosplay is not consent. Sexy lewd cosplayers are not invitations for you to, like, all because I do lewd cosplay does not mean that I want you to touch me.
Yeah.
Right. I understand. I went through something kind of similar myself. I do horror films sometimes. So I went to a horror con, and of course there's a lot of cosplayers and whatnot there as well. Because cosplay kind of extends out to so many different, you know, places. But
for me personally, there's too many clowns at HorrorCon.
Oh my goodness.
So,
well,
I got to go to a HorrorCon once, and
yes, you do. They're fun. They're a lot of fun. But I mean,
I have
like,
a very stupid fear of clowns, and
geez.
there were a lot of them. It was interesting.
Everybody loves Pennywise.
Oh yeah. But what was I gonna say? There was this one guy. He followed me around the convention. Like, I would go to the bathroom and he followed me. He would talk to me and walk with me and I was just like, okay. You know, and I try to be polite and I try to be nice. And you know, he asked me, he goes, can I just have a kiss? And I said, being an idiot, I went over to him and I was just like, sure, no problem. And I went to give him a kiss and he turned,
Oh no.
and I was just like,
No.
whoa, invasive, you know. And I felt very violated because I don't know, I mean, I didn't know him, I didn't know where he's been, you know. It was just very strange. So it was kind of also a learning experience because, you know, you want to be kind to people, you want people to feel welcome, but there's also that space that you have to have.
And sometimes it's like, how do you know, like some people maybe are just a little socially awkward and they don't really get the social cues, or is it like they're really trying to cross the line, you know?
Right. It definitely can be a fine line.
Yeah.
I've guested in a lot of cons.
Sorry.
Sorry, you want to go?
Oh, sorry, you go ahead.
I was gonna say when I was guesting at I've been guesting at shows for a while now, and one of the shows it was a new con, and the convention organizer had said that he wanted to have cosplayers, but you weren't given a chair behind your table. You would stand in front of it or to the side of it. And I was like, well, as a female by myself at this con, I would like to have at least a little bit of distance so I can make the decision for myself if I want to come around and hug a fan or a little girl or a little boy who wants to say hi to me, rather than having nothing, no barrier, and people just come up and like not like, sometimes like they'll surprise you and you have, you know, you get uncomfortable and you have like no barrier or space between you and them. And it sometimes, like at that con, I was like, I'm sorry, but I will not do your con ever again, because I did have a gentleman, I won't say gentleman, he's a guy who came up to me, didn't know, and he walked right in front of my my booth, put his stuff down on my stuff, and then like grabbed me and picked me up, and I wasn't even facing him, and I screamed and elbowed him, and he was like, oh, I thought, you know, because I've seen you online and your friends always pick you up, and I was like, you and I are not friends. I don't even know you. Don't ever do that. And so he was like, I didn't expect you to elbow me, and I was like, you're lucky I didn't like kick you in between the legs and like beat you to like bits, like take off my boot and literally beat you to death. So,
oh my God.
So
well,
now
if
I'm just like,
we have female friends we would never do that to, and they're our friends. Like,
yeah,
there's
like,
a line.
my best friend likes to pick me up every once in a while, and she's you know she's a bit bigger than me, and like she'll just like hoist me up, which is fine. Like I hoist her up too, but like we're buddies. Like I've been to her house, I've slept in a room with her. Like
right.
There's a
and there's also
and
there's also a difference between what you do with your fellow female friends or female cosplayers versus a guy you don't know doing something unexpected.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
that was my most horrific, like getting picked up from behind and not knowing, one, who it was, and two, like realizing like I don't know this person, and had I had that table in front of me, that person could not get behind my table because there would have been a row of us. And so I would have been.
Oh, sorry. I
No, go ahead.
was saying this is why I always have a +1 with me when I do conventions, because
me too. Yeah,
I've had
Smart.
too many people think that because I'm all smiley and cheerful on Instagram that they just know me, and it's just like, you actually do not know me on a personal level. You
right.
do not touch me without asking. Do not pick me up. I'm 5'9". Pick me up. You have a problem.
Yes, tall ladies.
Tall
Short ladies.
like you mentioned, you know, you've seen me on Instagram. Like at the end of the day, that's what a lot of people don't understand, is you all have personas. Aside from just the costumes you wear, an online persona for your page is like the personas we put on the show, like I've joked about this all the time, are similar but also very different, because we're extra introverted. Like, we're not as, I'm more flashy than he is in life, but it's still a persona at the end of the day, and people confuse your persona with that's who you are in real life, and that's a line. But you all talk about these events, and that's another question that we're extreme. I'd say I would venture to guess that you've been to a lot of cons and events, and just going around the room. We'll start with you, Jessica. What is some of the biggest events that you've had the fortune of attending?
Oh gosh. Let's see. I've been to Walker Stalker, which is a Walking Dead convention in Atlanta.
Yes.
I've been to Texas Frightmare. Like I said, I've done horror movies, so it's kind of in between the cosplay and the acting kind of thing. FairyCon is one of my favorite events ever. I don't know if you've ever been to FairyCon. It's amazing. It's all fantasy based, so a lot of fun. I've never been to one of like the really large. I've been to Ice Wars. I was a guest at that, which was a smaller Comic-Con. I don't know. I've kind of been to an array of a variety of different conventions. I've never been to like San Diego I'm dying to go to San Diego Comic-Con. I'm dying to go to Dragon Con. I've never been to any of these.
I've been to one Dragon Con, and
I'm jealous.
Massive. It's wild. It was just the craziest experience.
Huge. I heard that one's kind of a party con though.
Yes, it is.
But it is. Oh, she said it is.
I've been going for 10 years. Like, if you want to go, we'll talk.
All right.
I ran into Xavier Woods from the WWE at Hooters when I was at Dragon Con. And he was having a great time. He was having a great time. Yeah.
He wears costumes too. Like, he makes his like.
Oh really?
He was doing some kind of Dragon Ball Z thing, because I wasn't sure if it was him. I was like, "Is that Xavier Woods?" And I ran up to him, and it was him. And he was great. He was so nice.
That's awesome.
He goes every year. Here in Knoxville, we have Fanboy Expo.
Fanboy. I love the names of these kinds.
And I think they also do that one in Columbus and Orlando and Louisville. And then we have there's the Wizard World conventions. I've been to a lot of those.
And, very cool.
Bubba Fest is a pretty new one that comes to Knoxville. They've only been doing it for a few years.
Is that like a Star Wars thing?
It's just
no.
Last
year, Boba Fett.
I know 2 years ago, their big headliner was Jamie Lannister from Game of Thrones.
Oh wow!
So they've got some names that come, but it's still nowhere near where like Dragon Con is or New York Comic Con, which
I'd love to go to that. Have you guys been to New York Comic Con?
Fortunately, I'm hopefully going to get to go in October if things, don't get worse.
Yeah, I keep hearing things about COVID.
Everything's up in the air right now.
I know that they've updated their health regulations, that it's quite possible that they could require proof of vaccination, which I am vaccinated. So
vaccinated,
it wouldn't be a problem for me. So I'll whip that card out just to get in.
Sure.
So I'm hopeful it'll be my first major con. I haven't gotten to go to Dragon Con with him yet. But Joe, you've been to tons.
Yes, I usually go to like when it's not COVID, like 20 to 22, 25 cons a year. So yeah.
Ow. Oh my gosh. Oh, we do need to talk.
And do you do a different cosplay each time, or do you repeat?
So I'll do like, if it's close together, I'll make a couple of new ones, and I'll do like 2 or 3 at one, and then like maybe the same one at the next one, like one of them, and then another new one. But yeah, it's intense. My husband used to go to 4 cons before he met me, and now he's like, I don't know how you did this. Like, you mind trick me. How are we doing like more than a dozen cons? I'm like, it's fine, don't worry about it. Just like, because he's now my +1. Like, he will sit with me at the booth, we'll walk around, I'll do photo shoots and stuff. But yeah, like,
and
I've been to Dragon Con, San Diego, New York Comic Con, and then I do like G.I. Joe a lot, and Star Trek Las Vegas, and
I ask you a quick question? I'm sorry to interrupt you.
No, it's okay.
Are you from Las Vegas?
No.
damn, I'm moving to Las Vegas later this year.
Oh,
So that's why I was just like, oh,
we can talk.
we totally will. After the show, we'll totally talk. Okay. Sorry to interrupt you guys.
No, it's okay. I've done like small GI Joe cons, large GI Joe cons, like DC fandom stuff, even like, because I'm also a toy collector, which is like really bad. Like,
well, yeah,
not a hoarder. Like,
I think we probably all are in some capacity.
And that's only one wall, you know.
Yeah. We've talked, Mike and I have talked. I was like, so when I moved from my apartment to the house that we have, my husband thought I had a closet that like opened up to Narnia, because I just kept taking out bins and bins of toys, and he's like, where is this coming from? And I was like, you haven't seen the comic book collection.
It's bigger on the inside.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So in addition to like going just to like cons as a guest or just attend, I also go to toy shows and comic book shows and like.
Yeah.
I need to ask, have any of you been to D23? I'm dying to do that. I'm a Disney nerd.
No, but I so no.
So all of us should talk. Well, maybe we could do
Yes.
Group trip, field trip
talk.
to D23.
And Laris, how many events have you gotten to go to?
Mostly local ones. I'm not sure how many, but like as far as like the largest event I've ever done, which I was not where I should have been skill-wise for any of it. I got to do Germany Comic-Con. That was kind of that was fun. That was great. Germany's a lot of fun. Everyone is very German. But I got to meet one of my favorite artists, Mirka Andolfo. She's done Batman. She's done her own comic series, Unnatural, and what was the other one? Help from the ether.
Paprika.
Unsacred.
Yeah, Mercy, Unsacred, and a few other things. She's got her series Paprika coming out, which is super awesome as an artist, comic book artist. That's like, oh my god. But as far as how many, I don't know.
Wow.
Okay, so when you are starting the process of, okay, I've chosen a character, I've been inspired to do this character for cosplay, how do you start that process of figuring out what you need, how you're going to put it together, all that stuff? Open to anybody.
I panic.
I don't know about you guys, but I get very OCD about it. It's like I start thinking about something and then I can't stop. So I drive everybody crazy around me, my family, everybody. They're just, because that's all I can think about is that, oh, look at that wig. Oh, look at that costume. Oh, those shoes. I need to get those boots. Oh my God. Oh, wait, they're cheaper over there. Okay, Amazon. So I go everywhere to look for everything. Amazon, eBay, Etsy. I'm an Etsy frequenter. I need to stop because it's bad. It's making me broke.
Very expensive.
Oh, so expensive. Oh my God.
Yeah. So expensive. It's too expensive.
And I do you guys tend to think about multiple? Oh my God, your dog is adorable, by the way.
This is so rough. Say hi.
Oh my God, I get mushy around puppies. Oh, so cute. Is that a Papillon? So cute.
No, he's a Chihuahua, just long hair.
Chihuahua. Okay, I thought because the ears, but yeah, very, very adorable.
Yeah. Or you also call him a butthole.
But like I sometimes will think ahead and I start planning stuff out and I get a little it kind of, I don't know, it kind of takes over everything. You tend to kind of focus so much. I get kind of crazy over it where it's just like I'm that's nonstop thinking, and then I plan ahead and I'm thinking of multiple cosplay, and sometimes I don't do them for months and months and months, sometimes a year. So yeah, I don't know.
It's like lots of like sticky notes with lists, like
yes,
it's like the wig and then like type of wig, color, style, and then like that's one sticky, and then like jacket, shirt, like, and it's like there's notes everywhere and like printouts, and like I'll like download pictures and save them, and then like have like notes, and like obsessed. Like I become
obsessed. That's a good word for it.
obsessed.
That's
Yeah.
the perfect word
I
for
also
that.
do a lot of like screen accurate stuff, so I'm like crazy. Like I get like, oh my god, how far apart is this? And it's like just yeah.
It's funny that people are always like, you know, don't judge me, don't that. I'm like, I don't do that with other people. It's with myself. I'm like competing with myself. I'm like, how can I make it better than it was the last time? What can I do? But I don't do it to other people. People are like, oh, this isn't good enough for this. I'm like, no, it's okay. I don't judge you. I judge me.
It's my sickness. It's not for you. It's just for me.
Right, exactly. And it's funny because there's a lot of another issue in the cosplay community. There's a lot of cattiness sometimes in certain communities.
Yes.
I don't understand that. I feel like if you're competing with yourself, it's one thing. It's another thing when you're trying to make others feel bad, or if you're, you know, I don't know. I like screen accuracy just like the next person. But if somebody else is recognizable and still looks good and looks decent and is original or looks good for what they can do, all the power to them. You know,
the screen accuracy is just for me and my sickness.
Right. Me too. I share your sickness. I understand.
Like if I see somebody's like work just as hard on their costume and they're so happy, like I am so happy for them. Like I want them to feel welcomed and happy and like people admiring them because they work just as hard. Like my stitch counting is for my craziness. Like that I do not put that on anyone else. Like when I did my Mira ball gown, like the jellyfish dress from Aquaman, it was like 5 of us that went to the aquarium at Dragon Con, and like I was so excited to see like different ones. Like a girl made like a jellyfish umbrella with it, and I was like, can I please have a photo with you? And she was like, how are you lit up? Like why are you and I was like, no, we have to take pictures. Like I just wanted to be with all the girls. Like me doing like beading like thousands of beads was for me.
I understand.
Not for them.
I get it. I love taking pictures with other cosplayers. I probably drive them crazy because I'm just like, will you take a picture with me? I'm just like, yeah, like constantly. I geek out.
I remember out in the lobby outside the show floor at Dragon Con in the hotel. It's like a big love fest. Everybody getting together to take pictures and everything. And you come up and you see all the great cosplays, and it's like,
there's a parade. You have to go. We have to talk. Like like you ladies have to come, and we have to like.
Yes.
I'm down. I'm here.
That would be awesome.
Liaris, when you're done panicking, what's next in your process?
So when she's done the costume,
right before she heads out.
Normally, what I do after the panic, I either print off or like I go to Pinterest and save a whole bunch of photos of the character, different angles that I can find, and then I'll go to my sketchbook and try sketching out myself the best way I can, sketching the costume on me and trying to like piece apart the character, and then go from there and like, okay, well, how can I make this? Okay, when in doubt, EVA foam. It's always EVA foam. Or like, okay, so what kind of fabric choice for this? Something stretchy. Because I love food, so something stretchy.
It still fits.
And I tend to eat and drink a lot. So
certainly admire the time and the dedication that you guys put into that, because any cosplay that I've done, it was sort of like, this will work, that'll pass for it, like store-bought Halloween special, this and that, and just threw it together. But I've pulled it up.
Yeah.
The best thing, I had a friend who she did costuming for us in theater. She made me this really nice Star-Lord jacket, and that's like my prized possession as far as cosplay goes. I pulled off a pretty good Star-Lord.
So you got to show us a picture of it.
I will find it and I'll send it to you guys. I'll send it to y'all later.
So what's everybody's main thing? What's if you could do one cosplay? Which one would it be? Which one would be your favorite? I'll go last. You go wait. I'll let you guys go.
One has to go first.
Which one was it?
Oh shoot.
Go first.
Oh, you.
Okay, she can go first. I'll wait.
No, you go first.
Okay,
I don't.
okay. I haven't done it yet because I just do not feel I'm at the skill level where I need to be to make it as well as I want to. But I want to be Commander Shepard so badly. I love Mass Effect and I love Commander Shepard, or either Tali from Mass Effect, because the idea of having like walking around like these stilted shoes and like make them look like I have like 2 giant toes or whatever, and then have this awesome light up shit like a shield, and yeah, anything Mass Effect I'm pretty much down for. Anything pretty much armor based I'm pretty much down for. But yeah, mostly Mass Effect though. It's my dream cosplay.
Very cool.
Sorry, that was a lot all at once.
No,
I'm
it's
really excited about it.
That's okay. That's awesome. What about you, Joe?
So I guess like if money weren't an option,
isn't that always the case?
yeah, I'd probably want to do a female Guyver, like with a light up and open head and like old school, like just.
That'd be cool.
And then also probably a female Predator.
Ooh,
Wow.
oh, that would be hot.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
we'll see.
Cool.
That would be hot.
I've seen guys who are my friends who've done it and they're just sweating, and I like to eat. So I would rather eat than sweat all of the food out. So I might have to do like a combo of maybe the head and my body, but not for it to look gigantic. Like, I don't know. Like, we'll figure it out.
That's the rub when you want to dress in a really cool costume if it's form fitted or whatever. It's like, oh damn, I have to eat. Excuse me, I keep cursing like a sailor. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. Like,
Not to curse. I have gotten so close to dropping the F-bomb. So
Okay, it's okay. We got a bleep button. No
Yeah, we
worries.
have a bleep.
okay.
Sorry.
Okay.
I'm not really taking the venture yet fully. I do, like, if I'm doing TikToks, I will throw together like a makeshift Castiel from Supernatural.
Yes.
nice.
Dying to do
I do.
Relina.
I have the trench coat, so I just throw like
Yes.
a blue tie with a suit under it. But I would probably say if money wasn't an option, probably a Vegeta, because he's one of my favorite characters of nerd culture, and I feel like he's not overdone. Like everybody does Batman.
Right.
Obviously it'd be an easy go-to to say, oh, I want to be Batman. Obviously. I mean, I don't think I am sometimes, if I've had enough in me, but probably either Vegeta or a really good Castiel.
That's awesome. I'm such a huge Supernatural nerd. I love that show. I was bawling like a baby at the end of the show.
I can't get through it. It's so long. It's
know,
so
my
daunting. I
God.
can't do it.
Okay.
I finally showed my girlfriend. We finally finished it, and she basically at the end was like, "You're gonna have to look past the ugly crying because I didn't see this coming." And I was like, "It's okay, because I did too, and I still am." And it's I actually have Dean's necklace.
Dean, he's my favorite. I love Dean.
I love
A lot of people's favorite.
Dean's awesome.
But we're working with him. I mean, he's in season 3. He's in 3.
I'm trying. I have a list like 3
He's
miles
coming to the
long.
boys. I don't know if you guys
Yeah.
know.
Oh,
Yes.
Now he does love the
I
boys.
love me some boys.
But let's see. Well, for my personal favorites that I've already done are probably Ariel and Maleficent. I'm a huge, like I said, I'm a Disney nerd.
Yes.
But I love Maleficent. Those are probably the ones I have the most cosplays of. But if I could do anything, since everybody kind of be on that theme of what they could do, what if? I'm a big Penny Dreadful fan. I would love to do the green.
I can see that.
The seance scene, that red dress with the beads. I mean, I imagine that's probably $1,000 for that costume, which is gorgeous. It's dripping in beads and it's just exquisite. I love Victorian costume and just the era. It's such a romantic era, and it has just, the costumes are just so beautiful, and that show is just such a lovely show, especially season 1. It was my favorite season, right? You too. But that's just my favorite. So if I could do anything I wanted, I probably would try her.
What about you?
Oh, I would like to do like a really nice Boba Fett or some sort of like Mandalorian type thing.
Mandalorian's awesome.
I've seen some really great ones, and it's like, man, I don't think that I would ever have the time or the dedication.
You can do it.
Get a mask.
I would want to put
Just
that
get the
much
head.
Talk about sweating in a costume.
Oh yeah.
I'm building a Bo-Katan, and I'm like, why?
Oh,
Why am
God.
I doing this? Why am
Because
I
it's going to
Wars.
be awesome.
So
That's
scary.
why.
Have any of you thought about doing like an Ahsoka? That would be a really
What is
I
it?
wanted an
Ahsoka.
Ahsoka.
That would be
Yeah.
amazing.
Forgive my ignorance. What is that from?
Ahsoka
Wars.
Tano,
Don't
she-
hurt me. Oh, it's from
Star
Star Wars.
Wars.
Yeah.
She's
Star
done, like,
Wars.
Yeah,
What is
she was
it?
on the Mandalorian. Yeah, she was on the Mandalorian.
Oh.
She had the white
Rosario
headpiece.
Dawson.
Oh yes. I know who you're talking about. I
She's
didn't know
from
the
the
name. I'm
animated
really
stuff
crappy with
originally.
names. Yes. The oh my god, I can't think of her name.
Rosario Dawson.
Dawson.
Thank you, Rosa. Yes, I'm dying to do that actually. I'm putting together a Ray, but I don't know how it's going to look. It's my first Star Wars cosplay ever. So we'll see. We'll see.
Maris, are you doing an Ahsoka?
Huh?
Are you doing an Ahsoka?
Which one?
You, Lair.
But-
Oh, Maris.
No,
I
I
can't
really
see
want.
everyone.
I want to so badly, because I love Rosario Dawson and I love Ahsoka. Like, I should do this.
You should.
Good.
I'm so scared. I'm so scared of the headpiece. Ooh.
This
Right?
is my wife and I as Gamora and Star Lord at a convention a few years ago, and you guys were talking about the like gender bending cosplay and stuff. I'm dying to get her to do a Han Solo with me as a Leia. I'm quite
do it.
confident.
Do it.
I'm wondering if should I be brave and do the golden bikini?
Yes.
version,
Yes.
you know?
Yes. Do the golden.
Okay, I've been working out. I also like to eat, but I've been working out. Pull it off.
Pandemic, man.
Yeah. So out of all the things that you've done, and you've sort of touched on what some of your favorites were, talk about like the one that you put the most work into. Like if you had to do it again, you'd be like, nope, sorry. Like how many hours or how much money or whatever, the one you're like the most that you had to put the most into overall.
Yeah.
Oh, she's gonna go get it.
Oh, we got a show and tell.
I
While
can't see you guys. I lost picture.
while we're waiting, Mike, what is one you would do?
So I've done the only actual full costume I've done was I hired someone to make a Minetta from My Hero Academia, which kind of came out. I don't like the headpiece anymore. I'd have to redo that if I ever wore the thing again. And I did. Joe met me in this. I did a very casual Jimmy Olsen from Superman.
How do we do the headpiece? I want to see it. I want to
Huh?
see you in full. Like you have to redo your headpiece. I want to see it.
Well, I'll need help with that, so I'll have to talk to someone.
We're close. Like you
Yeah, we are. I mean,
Yeah.
generally, if I were to do more in the future, I really would lean towards stuff that's a little bit easier to handle. I mean, I'm not a small dude, so that's one consideration for me. Just having a costume that's easy to be in and out of, like during the day, which I know for the ladies is always an issue when you're at a con. Having something on that you can get out of when you need to.
bathroom is awful.
Exactly. So I would lean towards stuff that I could be a little bit more loose with. Like a Star Trek uniform or Star Wars uniform. I've been really considering talking to Joe about maybe coming up with a G.I. Joe idea or something like that. So I would lean more towards that, where like I have a little bit more flexibility to not necessarily be an actual character, but be more like an inspired by type of thing.
Joe, you went and got an outfit. What is that?
So two outfits were most difficult. One was a female Judge Dredd, and I'm still not done.
Wow.
Like from the
Cool.
Dredd movie from like Carl Urban, not
Not Stallone.
Mhm.
yeah. Okay, yeah.
We ignore.
I need to like clarify. And so I'm still not done that one because I got like the lawgiver. I don't have the lawgiver, but I have the screen that counts the bullets and stuff. So I
Yeah.
need the actual lawgiver. But this took me 600 hours. It's a Klingon armor.
Beautiful.
And there's
That looks so cool.
It's really beautiful.
600.
It has to be on a wooden hanger because like all the other ones break.
It's heavy.
So like there's tubes and then there's like a collar piece. Hold on, like show and tell.
600 hours.
I'm getting ready so that like they're all in the living room. Okay, so like these are my gauntlets. A belt. That's made from Warbla, and like leather pouch, and then neck collar, and then an entire spine. That's, I guess I could show you the spine. The spine is
I
ridiculous.
want to see the spine. Oh, I love it. I'm so
It's
excited about this.
crazy. So like 600
so
hours.
600 hours is 25 days. I just did the math on that.
If
So
you
that
do all
is
20,
impressive.
if you do all 24 hours though,
If you do it like straight.
Yeah.
straight.
Yeah.
That's
That's
not including the breaks. It probably made it more like a 2 or 3 month process, if
Yeah.
if not
Nonstop.
longer.
Oh, I still have a pin in one of the collars.
Oh my gosh.
She put a pin in it.
So how many times have you worn that?
I've worn this
Will we be able to take a
5,
screenshot
6
video?
times.
No, but
So
I'll
we can.
do this.
6 times probably, all in all.
Goodness gracious.
It takes like an hour to do just the makeup with the prosthetic head.
Since the listeners aren't able to see that, what you were just showing us, if there's
Oh,
a picture of that
will-
somewhere that we
we
can
yes, it's on my
share.
Instagram. You will see
Okay.
it. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I
And
can-
we'll have this on YouTube too.
Yeah, great.
Okay.
If that's cool with everybody, we'll have a YouTube for this
Yeah.
episode as well. And,
Actually, that leads me to a question of my own for the ladies, is talking about how long it takes to do some of the costumes. What's a costume that you put a lot of effort in that you've not gotten anywhere near the use out of compared to the amount of effort you put into it?
I have a list. Well, last year I spent about probably a year and a half redoing with my mom, who is lovely. I am not a seamstress. I will tell you that now. I can hand stitch. I am really bad with the machine. So everything I do tends to be kind of collaborative. But my mom and I worked on my Belle dress, which I still have not yet worn. I have a brand new Belle from Beauty and the Beast dress that was an old dress that belonged to, I guess, a princess company. And we completely redid it. We tore everything off of it, redid the crystals and the flowers and the trims and just everything. And it's beautiful. And I have nowhere to wear it to yet. So one day I will wear it.
That's the yellow
D23.
ball gown, right?
Yes, the yellow ball gown. And I have 2 wigs and it turned out so pretty. And I'm excited to wear it. I just don't know what to wear it to. And I'm almost scared to wear it because I don't want anything to happen to it. It's like one of those things that like you want to put it behind a glass window, and you just like, put a light next to it or something.
I can do
Yeah.
a mean Gaston, so maybe one day I'll
Yes!
see you and we'll meet up and take a
Yes.
picture.
That would be awesome. You're a theater geek too.
Yes, we both
Yay.
are. that's what I teach. I teach high
Oh,
school
you're a
theater.
theater teacher.
Yeah.
I studied theater. I went to school for theater.
Wow.
So that's awesome. We'll have to talk too.
Yes.
All of us
Oh,
at
yeah.
different times. All of us will have to talk.
This could be a show just right here
Yeah,
in the
this
future.
is
This is a series right here.
an off show, right?
So I would say that, and I know I have others, but go ahead, ladies. You tell us what you've got, and I'll probably come up with one other.
All right,
Not gonna
Joe.
lie, I forgot the question.
We're kind of asking about like cosplay that you have put a lot of time and a lot of dedication into, that maybe if you could go back, say, yeah, I don't know that I would put all the work into that again, or that you just haven't been able to get as much use out of it yet.
I have the perfect answer. Okay, so when Pokemon Sword and Shield came out, I was super, sorry, my dog's upset about something. I was super, shush, little one. But I was super excited about it. Like, oh my God, the Pokemon game, Pokemon is my jam. I'm here for this. And so I saw the legendary for Shield, Zamazenta, and I was just like, oh my God, I want to do a human, female, full armored piece with this giant shield. And I made everything myself. Like I made all the armor. It could be better. It's not bad, but it could definitely be better. And since the game has come out and they're now working on a whole new game, I have yet to actually shoot this cosplay. It's in my closet. It's just there. I live near the woods. Why haven't I shot this cosplay yet? So I don't know. But yeah, I put in about, I don't know. I never really time myself in my costumes, but I put in too much time on it. That's for sure. Too much time.
Yeah. So like with for instance, you know, my personal favorite, and after talking with Mike, I did what any podcast host should do, and I went and followed you, and each of you, and I gotta say, yes, my personal favorite of yours was your Green Ranger.
Thank you.
It was fantastic. Jessica, your Supergirl's phenomenal, but I have to say, you do a Spider-Man that is pretty awesome as well.
Oh, thank you. You're talking about MJ, right?
Yeah, MJ Spider-Man.
Supergirl's very new. I have not done any shoots as her. I literally did her on Tuesday for an event to walk around talking to kids. It was the first time that I've ever done her. So that was very new. Thank you, though. I appreciate it.
And I love, obviously, you know, we love both major companies, but you know, I lean more towards DC. He leans more towards Marvel. So
House divided.
I love the Supergirl one. And obviously, Joe, your Wonder Woman is what's, you know, the cover of this Instagram page.
Awesome.
But other than your Wonder Woman, what are you know, I guess my final question is, without truly asking for full-on spoilers, is there anything that the three of you have in the works, especially with if things stay pretty positive and we do get to go to like New York Con, and not all the cons cancel again this year, that you may have in the works that you want to hint towards followers of your pages and Women of Cosplay as a full page? So Liaris, do you have anything in the works to semi-spoil for everyone?
Oh, give me 1 second while I ask somebody who's not technically here. I have in the works. That's right. Okay, so hopefully real soon, I will be doing a burlesque routine as the character Carmen from the comic series Carmen, which is, if you haven't read it, read it. It's awesome. It's about this chick. She's deaf, and from the neck down, she's a skeleton, and she's got pink hair, and it's just, she's beautiful. But also, real soon, with my Geek Glory, I will be doing a burlesque routine as the character. What's her full name? Fudgy. Just call it Vice President. Oh well, she's not as Vice President, but it's from the manga series Prison School. If you know what that is, you're probably a pervert like me, and that's okay. So I'll be at FroliCon walking someone around in a prison outfit dressed as this character, probably walking them around on a leash.
Wow.
That's what I got going on.
So you're gonna dress up. So you're gonna dress up as what one of the guys would have been as a prisoner, and not as one of the girls in like their school uniform.
No, I'll be in the school uniform. Like I have the guy on a leash as a prisoner.
Oh, okay.
He'll be calling me mistress the entire time, and it'll be a good time. There'll be snacks.
There'll be snacks.
What do you have in the works for coming up? What's something that you can semi-spoil that you're working?
Who are you talking to?
You, Jessica.
Oh, me. Sorry, sometimes it's hard to hear on the computer. Oh boy. Well, like I said, Disney nerd. Putting Ray together, as I said. I'm putting Cruella, the live action, like the suit, I guess, version. I'm putting that together. Belle, I had put together but haven't done yet. Hela from Marvel. You know.
Oh yes.
Are you doing it with the crown or without?
Probably without. I don't have the crown just yet. I'm still new to getting new boots. I have a cosplay costume, but yeah, because I feel like that headpiece would probably be.
I have it, and it's
have
awful.
it?
Yeah, I've done
It's
it. Like,
pain, yeah. Is it
it's,
heavy?
like, it's uncomfortable.
I would think
like,
so. It looks like it would
turning-
bump into people.
Yes, but also like just turning your head, like the whole thing is like
Huge, like
yeah,
twigs,
like
like
you're
a
like-
tree on your head.
I can't
Yeah.
like turn my head. It's like, please hold on as I turn.
I would love
my
to
head.
see your Hella and be inspired by that. Oh, and WandaVision. I've been putting together WandaVision. Unfortunately, I had a couple pieces that needed to get replaced because of sizing issues. Because it's hit or miss sometimes when you order from Chinese companies. They're awesome. Some of them are fabulous, but sometimes they don't always fit. So, so I'm redoing that, but I'm kind of hoping that I can get that out soon. So those are the things I'm working on.
Joe?
So I told you guys I'm working on a Bo-Katan. I'm doing a Cruella, the red dress.
Yes. Suit for me.
Yes. So when we get together, we have to take pictures.
Yes.
I'm doing the golden armor from Wonder Woman.
Ooh.
I'm not gonna have the wings for Dragon Con, but I will have the wings by the end of the year, and they will be animatronic. I'm
that's
determined.
Oh.
And then I'm working on a Justice League Batman, but it's a female version. I haven't told anyone, so I'm like telling you
you're
guys,
telling
We got the scoop.
everyone. And that'll be ready for Dragon Con. And then, oh my God, I'm doing Wanda from WandaVision like everybody else.
Right?
Yeah.
It's popular.
I thought about doing her like her 50s style, but I was
Ooh.
like,
That was my favorite.
Such a good show.
polyester, like I'm just gonna sweat and dye it at Dragon Con. So like that will hide the sweat. And then I have a Carnage that I put together last year. Like,
Nice.
no, it's like 2 years ago now. Like, hello COVID. Like I haven't worn it. I haven't taken pictures of it. It has like a head. It's like half the head and half my head, and like a tongue coming out.
Okay, I need to see this.
Wow.
I need to see this.
Me
I need to see
too.
this. I love Carnage.
That
I need to
sounds
see it.
so
I
badass.
can go get the head if you want.
Wow.
So piggybacking off of that, before we ask our final question, the pandemic, we've hinted at it, we've talked about it. You all are used to this trade that you're in, this way of life, being live and in person, to be seen doing what you do. So with the pandemic, did everybody get a TikTok to continue their work?
Yeah.
And what have you done to evolve what you do, not being able to be in person? I mean, what are some things that you've gotten to do to still keep this going, aside from just, getting dressed to do some TikToks, put them in the drafts and post them over a course of time? Or not post them, just enjoy them. But what are some things that each of you have done individually to keep up the trade while being stuck in this scary pandemic?
Yeah, it's definitely been challenging, hasn't it, guys?
Yeah,
Really
it's really
challenging.
motivational. Like it's been really rough. I don't know if the other ladies like felt it, but like I did not want to touch anything. All I wanted to do was cry. And so it was really, really hard. And so like I took up like planting roses and plants just to like keep me from going bananas. And so it was really hard.
Awesome.
I just want to hug her because she still looks like she was gonna cry. I was like,
I know. I'm like, I hear, but I'm like far away.
I know, right?
Sorry.
Well, I hug all of you, everybody.
I'm here.
Now that
Hugs.
Hugs all around, virtual hugs.
now that it's opening up again, like I feel like I'm gonna see like new people and meet people again and like see friends and like maybe hug people and like so like I've gotten like the motivation again. Like I finished an entire costume in one day. My husband was like, what are you doing? And I was like, I need to get this done. We're doing this. Like I'm like an insane woman now. Like I'm like, making a new costume like today for like, I leave on Wednesday morning and it is like Star Trek Discovery, the Vulcan president. Like, why would I make that in 2 days? Doesn't matter. It's fine.
Question is, why not?
Why not?
Right.
Exactly.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cry.
Oh, it's okay.
No.
Joe, are you
It's
also
like
prepping for AwesomeCon?
Yes. I have a Omni woman that I'm going to reveal there.
Ooh.
And she will be bloody. She will
Oh,
not.
Oh yes,
As
as she should be.
I may have a heart in my hand.
Yes. Oh my God, I'm too excited about this.
I love those little extra touches like that. Like when you were talking about doing the 50s one, I was thinking like, wouldn't it be cool if there was some way that you could like do a trick where you had a plate that you made it look like you were making it float around with you. When I did a first class Magneto a few years ago, and I did a thing where I had like a quarter hanging off of my hand like that. And one of my favorite things I ever saw was this girl at a convention was doing Rumpelstiltskin from Once Upon a Time. And she had the scroll with her. And when someone would speak to her, she would ask if you would want to sign her scroll. So I did it.
Awesome.
I was like,
Oh, that's awesome.
you're going the extra mile. I'm all in.
That's awesome. So our final question.
Okay, yeah. So final question to close things up here. If there's someone who's listening or watching or what have you, and they're thinking, I've always wanted to get involved in cosplay, but I'm just worried I'm not going to do it right, or I'm worried about the way I'm going to look or whatever. Talk to them for a second. Like, why should you do it? How do you get started? What's the deal?
I would say find something that you're into, find something that interests you, whether it's pop culture, television, film, anime, whatever that drives you and makes you happy, and find something, or maybe find something that's simple, that's easy to put together, and find something that's an easy start, and go for it. Why not?
Yeah.
I like that.
My suggestion.
Jump right in. Like, you can either like start with something simple that you enjoy, like pick a character and like just jump in. Like, the community is mostly welcoming. Like, join Facebook groups, like, and just like talk to people. Like, people love to like say how they did things. Like, if they don't, like, come find me. I will help.
I guess I'm next now. Okay. So what I would say is like y'all said, just do it. There isn't a right or wrong way to do cosplay. At the end of the day, we're all either adults or late teens. We're all humans trying to portray two-dimensional characters, and just have fun with it. If you mess up, embrace it. I have so many things that are like battle damage because I'm like, oops, well, my heat gun burned this foam. I guess it's battle damage now. And there's nothing wrong with that. And don't be afraid to also make a costume yours. Add your own touches to it. Make it like add your own personality to it. So I love doing gingerbread stuff. But just have fun. And if anybody's a butthole, fuck them.
Yes.
There she goes. You went loose.
We approve this message.
Yes.
Yay!
We are very thankful. And this has been awesome. We knew it was going to be so much fun. We hope to have everyone back, and maybe even then some in the future on an episode. We are followers of Women of Cosplay. We love cosplay. We love nerd culture. We highly recommend to the listeners. We are going to have in our show notes all the links to follow each person here on Instagram, as well as the main page for all the models. Highly recommend you stay up to date, especially with con season slowly going on. We've got New York Comic-Con coming up and a lot of other major and minor cons. Dragon Con's coming. So we are, in the heat of it in nerd culture, and just thank you all so much.
You all are amazing. Really incredible.
This has been great.
Thank you guys for having us.
Thank you
Thanks,
so much.
guys. Thanks for having us.
Great.
Thank you, Mike. Thank you, ladies. You all are awesome, and keep up the amazing work.
Thank
I'll
you.
try.
Same to you guys.